to conduct an online interview to the parents, teachers, and other members of the community about how they help to the development of a child's first language. So let's start! Hi Ma'am Aloha, I would just like to know how did you help to the development of a child's first language?
Nag-start siya nung nakikita niya nagsiselfone kami ng mga ate niya tsaka ng papa niya. Pagka nabitawan namin, pakikialaman niya. So nakikita niya yung YouTube. So pipindutin niya yon. So pipili siya, makikita niya yung parang mga cartoons na ano. Tapos sinasabi ko sa kanya yung nursery ang ano niya. So doon nag-start siya doon. Una wala pang ganong na anong word. Nung nakapanood na siya ng mga nursery, natuto na siya ng mga salita. Tapos ginaguide ko naman din siya. Kunyari, meron siya sinabing hindi malinaw na salita, kinukorek ko siya. Tapos yun, ginagaya niya na ako, nagiging parang nakiklear na malinaw na yung salita niya. Pero talagang natuto siya sa YouTube. Tapos ako, ginaguide ko lang siya. Oo, ang galing. So, sinasabi ko sa kanyang, oo mama, sa YouTube, sa nursery, gano'n. Natuto siya doon. Tapos, siyempre bilang parents, i-guide mo rin yung anak mo, yung mga word doon na mga salita para matutuhan niya yung mga magagandang salita na paglaki niya, matutunan niya na yung salitang yun na maganda para sa kanya. Pagka mali naman, kinukorek ko siya doon. Doon siya natuto. Di bali, ano lang yung ano doon yung sa panonood niya YouTube. Pero syempre, yung magulang, kailangan talaga turuan mo yung anak mo para lalo siyang maging biyasa siya sa pagsasalita.
Ma'am, can you give an example of words that you taught to her already?
Ang lagi ko sinasabi sa anak ko, sa bunso ko, na pag may kausap siyang mga matatanda, huwag niyang kakalimutang mag-opo. Kasi yun yung nakasanayan na at nakaano na ng mga matatanda na kapag may kausap ka, yung lagi kang mamumupo sa kanya. Yun ang lagi kong sinasabi sa kanya na pag may kausap siya, o mag-opo ka. Kasi isa yun sa paggalang na tinuturoan mo na magandang asa ng iyong anak.
Thank you, Ma'am Aloha.
Thank you rin sa pag-interview sa akin sa anak ko kung paano ko siya tinuturuan magsalita at ng mga magagandang salita na itinuro ko sa anak ko. Salamat din sa iyo.
Hi, Ma'am Diana. I would just like to know how did you help to the development of a child's first language?
I was able to develop my child's first language by simply talking to him that I think one of the best way to help the child be exposed to the language and eventually learn from it. In addition to that, I let him study the alphabets through watching YouTube and also provided him some learning textbooks to enable him learn the language quickly.
Thank you, Ma'am Diana. Hi, Ma'am Judy Ann. I would just like to know how did you help to the development of a child's first language?
The question is how I help the development of a child's first language. Teachers play an important role in the language development of children in early childhood classroom, helping children build vocabulary and development language skills to get what they need and want is a key teaching task in the early childhood classroom. So here are the ways that I use to nurture a child's language development. Okay, the first one is that I use books to build vocabulary. Reading time plays a central role in the rhythm of our days. This helps the children begin to understand the rhythms of language and absorb the structure of sentences. And then it also supports the ability of the child to communicate and express and understand feelings. It also supports the child's thinking ability and helps them develop and maintain relationship. And then the second one is that I use music and teaching because young children love music and movement. When they listen to lively songs, say for example head, shoulders, knees and toes, they learn about the world around them and the rhythm of the language. And then the third one is that I tell stories. I make up elaborate stories with characters, conflict, adventure, and a happy ending. Just make sure that the stories fit your child's interest and aren't too scary for her liking. And then the last one, this is one of the most important things that we should do. Never criticize your child's articulation or speech patterns. Instead, repeat his statement back to him with the correct pronunciation or word usage. And then we all know that the children love praises and prizes. Give your child a lot of praise for his efforts because they love praises and prizes. Okay, that's all. We should always remember that it is so important to help children facilitate their pragmatic language skills. And then there are so many factors that lead to a child's literacy and reading levels. As a teachers, I think we should remember that children don't get all the social language practice in their beginning years at home. So we need to understand that and be patient with the children when they are having a hard time with their development. As with learning to walk, learning to talk requires time for development and practice in everyday situation.
Thank you, Ma'am Judy Ann. Hi, Ma'am Fatima. I would just like to know, how did you help to the development of a child's first language?
There are many ways to develop a child's first language, like interacting with them or talking to them all the time. It can also be done through hand gestures or small steps like baby talk. In school, a lot of teachers introduce nursery rhymes that includes vowels and consonant sounds. This develops fluency in terms of rhyming words and the correct pronunciation of words. In developing the child's first language, the parents play a very important role because they are the one responsible and the foundation of the child's first language. At home, parents usually talk to each other with their native language. Like in our case, Tagalog or Kapampangan, we speak it at home. And eventually, the child adapts to it, and through repetition, eventually, the child will able to acquire that language or that accent that he or she hears from his or her parents.
Thank you, Ma'am Fatima. Hi, Sir Franklin. I would just like to know how you help the development of a child's first language.
Matutulungan mo ang isang bata sa pag-develop ng language o pagsalita niya is yung tutukan mo talaga siya. Mag-focus ka sa bata, kwentuhan mo siya, turuan mo sa mga sounds ng letter, sa mga tamang pronunciation ng mga words.
May nangyayari po bang correction kapag po nagkamali po yung isang bata sa pag-pronounce po ng isang word, ganun?
Bata pa lang siya, normal lang yung nabubulol yung bata, pero pag lumalaki siya, kailangan siyang turuan sa mga pagsalita ng mga words, tamang pronunciation. Yun lang po. Thank you.
Thank you po. Hi, Miss Jen. So, I would just like to know, what are your ways in helping the development of a child's first language?
So regards to your question, so my ways on how to help a child to develop his or her language is by just simply having a conversation with him or her, because an interaction can help a child to be comfortable first with the language and eventually acquire something from me or from you or the others, right? So by that you can thoroughly teach him or her simple phrases and which can evolve into sentences as the progress continue. So while learning, the child or a child can enjoy a conversation with you too. So, yeah.
Can you cite an example, Miss Jen?
So what exactly kind of example, Miss Des?
An example of a situation where you talk with someone to develop his or her first language.
A situation. So, okay. So, I have this younger cousin. She's about 4 years old and she's very talkative. She is very fun to talk with, I mean. And whenever she come to our house or to our home, she always talks to us, to my mother, father, sister, and me. And whenever she asked me questions, and I was like going to answer her in English, and she seems to like that kind of conversation with me. So I think she's acquiring for me because I am going to hear her from their house talking to her mother in English. So yeah, I think that's kind of a situation.